Central Asia. So normally in each and every house we have a separate special room for guests, because in our culture guests normally come without warning. So we always must have a separate special room ready for the guests, and for this guest room normally the kids are not allowed, obviously. So yes, we always have the table ready for the guests. And nowadays, however, it's now becoming only now it's becoming common for the guests to warn the hosts that they are actually coming. And also, traditionally, guests, there's a phrase we say, guest is more important than your father. So no matter what task you are having, no matter what plan you are having, you have to drop it all and look after the guests. And culturally, especially in the far-flung areas, in the villages, people fight with each other to have the guests in their houses. Yes, and because in our culture we believe that guests bring luck and fortune and happiness to the house, so we go above and beyond to comfort the guests we have. I mean, regardless of the fact that they come without warning, I mean, for us, guests are important. That's also why we always have a table ready. And we cannot say, oh, I'm sorry, I was going somewhere. I'm sorry, I have plans. We cannot say that. It's a complete no-go for our culture. So, yeah. So, what else? This is a very traditional way of table setting. In majority of the villages, we still do have this kind of this is actually a table. So that's also why I always request my travelers not to step on the table. So growing up as a young child as well, I mean, in our house as well, we used to have these kinds of, and later on, we started having like proper table and chair, and the tea drinking ceremony is also a very important culture. So normally in our culture, men get together to drink tea, and the majority of the discussions go alongside the tea, having tea drinking ceremony, I would say. It's not a ceremony, but it's important part of the culture still, I would say. So if we talk about this village, this house specifically, which is owned by the French teacher, it goes, so this was belonging to his grandparents. So more than 200 years of history this house has. So it's quite an old house. So in the summertime, normally they sit outside in this kind of structure, and structure-wise, they try to have this open space looking to the north. From the northern side, the cool air comes to the structure, and the structure keeps the house protected from the south, the heat of the south. So the open section must be looking to the north normally. Yes. So this is normally during the summertime, and wintertime, of course, they will be sitting inside. And if you pay attention, you can see how thick the walls are. So even in the summertime, it's cool inside. This is how we felt inside the blacksmith's workshop. It was so cool inside. So this is, I mean, insulation works well, and for the winter time, they do have specific heating systems as well. Of course, it's very cold here, and also the roads will not make it easy to commute between the places. But donkeys are still the main sources of transportation, I would say. So yeah, yes, we have mentioned that the population of the village is about 1,000 people, but people are moving out, especially the young generation. When they get the taste of the city or other towns, they are not willing to come back to the places. So the families are sending the kids for education to the cities, mainly Hojand, the two major cities, Hojand and Dushanbe. They are receiving the education. And this village and another village we are staying, Gaza, we do have major scholars coming from these villages. I mean, no matter how harsh the living conditions they had, they studied hard, they found a way out, and we do have very successful people in our guest house, along the stairs, if you see the photos of the people, they are the scholars, famous people coming from these villages. Yeah, and specifically for this village, the name Voru, you can actually see how it looks like from above, from the hill. Second floor in our guest house, there is a painting of the village, this village, Voru village. So Voru from the ancient Persian language means higher. So it's located at a higher point. So that's the name given to the village. And G Adventures is a pioneer company to start bringing travelers here. And with a word of mouth, other companies started to send the travelers, and also individual travelers are visiting the place to see the authentic way of life. But this village has managed receiving investments from some countries like Qatar. They built a hospital here. Wow. And yes, they do have a school as well. It's a very small school. They have 2 shifts, morning shift and the afternoon shift. And the French teacher sometimes teaches other subjects as well, because they are lacking teachers. Yeah, so whoever receives education elsewhere, they opt for living in other places. Unfortunately, they are not coming back to the village to work. The salaries are quite low, living conditions are yet to be improved. So some German investment has been done to the school, and the Qatari, some other governments as well. So this village has been receiving investments and improvements, and the village inhabitants are now earning money with the by welcoming the travelers, especially the highest number of travelers coming with G Adventures. Yes, we as a company, we are so keen on supporting these kinds of villages. Yes. So, any questions?
Why do they, you said it's French teacher,
Yeah.
So is that the only other language they learn? They learn French?
English,
They do
Russian,
learn
English.
Russian.
Russian is always a compulsory subject.
Okay.
And from class to class, they are either specialized in English or French. So, yeah, I mean, they do have all the languages. So, in Central Asia, we grow up multilingual actually. So, Russian language is very, second language. It says lingua franca among all the 5 stands we have.
Yeah.
And nowadays, English is, I would say, taking over. Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, primarily, they are making it compulsory to learn English starting from kindergarten already. Yeah. So young generation is now growing up speaking multiple languages. The local language, the dialect, or and then Russian comes, and English also. So 3-4 languages these people are speaking.
How many children compared to adults in that community?
Very good question. So among all the 5 stands, Tajikistan is the youngest age population. So at least 40% of the, so yeah, youngsters.
In the village here?
Oh, in the village, they do have good number of youngsters. I mean, as we mentioned, country as a whole is a very high birth rates they have, and very among all the 5 stands, the highest workforce they have. Yeah, in the village, I don't know the exact percentage, but they do have a lot of kids, and yes. Any other questions? So yes, as we have enjoyed our snacks in the family, it will be very kind of us if we leave some tips to the family. Yes, whatever amount you feel comfortable sharing, from 10 to 20 samani, which is 1 or 2 USD. Yeah, up to you, and we can leave it on the table. I hope you enjoyed your time, and we now have to head back.
Okay.
Okay. And there is washroom. There is washroom.